I think this could be trouble. Cousin Vinny has an airbrush? Uh-oh, what's he up to? Stick around and find out. Watch the video coming right at you. This is Vinny Vid Production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For a 7% discount on your purchases, use code BNSF6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome graphics for your streets and roads on your model layout. Check it out. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions video. I am Vinny, your host, also known as BNSF6951. This is a model railroad channel. So if you guys are interested in run-up sessions, scratch builds, live streams, prototypes, and everything related to model railroads, this is the channel for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, hit the bell that's up there, and give me those too. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with the video, so come on in. Alright guys, before we get on with the meat of this video, I want to thank Ryan of Vermont Rail Fan for taking it upon himself to do these two logos for my sponsors. Ryan, you did an excellent job on these. I really do appreciate it, and thanks for thinking of me, man. I mean, that's what this community is all about, helping everybody else out. So now that we got that out of the way, let's continue on with the video. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I am going to adventure into airbrushing again. I did find my airbrush, and I did buy a compressor thanks to you guys who support me on my live streams with the super chats and so on. But I noticed there was a couple of things that I needed to get, and I'm going to show you what those things are right now. And then I'm even going to show you how I mix my paint, and then we're going to do a test on see how well I can do some weathering on a boxcar. So with all that being said, stay tuned and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, so now we're going to start off with some of the stuff I bought. And I am not a cheap person. I try and save wherever I can. So these are all stuff in a combination of eBay and Amazon that I got for really good prices. So, and again, this is all thanks to you guys on my super chats on my live streams. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah. Anyhow, we'll start off with some of the supplies and materials. Okay. I bought this ketchup squirter bottle, and I marked off a little measuring I had to do with this, and it's got a green top, so you might. Anyhow, I use this to measure the ingredients I have to use to make up some of my products. When I mix them up, I put them into deals like this, which makes it real easy to squirt it into the paint bottles when you need to. I bought a bunch of these here pipettes. When I say a bunch, I mean a bunch. There's like 300 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with 300, but they were cheap. Then I bought these guys here, some plastic paint bottles, and I bought 20 of those. Why? I don't know. They were cheap. Now, actually, it's going to be good because I could be able to mix paints, because then, to match the bottles, I bought caps without the hookup for the airbrush. So I'll be able to mix paints, and I'll be able to cap it off, and we'll be good to go. All right, so now for the other stuff that I need to do this project, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Is the ingredients for the different stuff that we're going to make. All right, one of the ingredients is going to be this glycerin, and this is a Walmart product. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like $4, and this will last forever. You can see how much is in that bottle and how much we're actually going to use when I show you how I mix this stuff up. 91% or better on your alcohol. And again, guys, I took the cheap way out, but it's all stuff that will work. I don't think that this is really that bad of a price, but it was like under $1 or just over $1 for distilled water. And they say to use distilled water so there's less impurities in here that will not mess up your paint. And the final ingredient we got here is, they say to use Windex with ammonia, but that's like $3.50 or $4. This was like $1.50 or $1.80, I think it was. It was all, these are all Walmart stuff, and this works just as well. All right, so with all of that being said, let me get set up to show you how I mix these different things. We're going to mix a thinner, and we're going to mix a cleaner, and then I'll show you how I mix my paint also. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, so we're back, and I think I got a good spot for my microphone. I can tell you right now, it's probably going to be a struggle for me to do my live stream tonight because I'm getting really short-breathed. I may even have to wear my oxygen, I'm not sure. But anyhow, we're going to start doing some of the mixing. As you can see, I have one for thinner, and I have one for cleaner. And I want to bring it up because it's green down here, or greenish blue, and I have a green screen going on. So we're going to start with the mixer with the thinner first, and whatever I make here, I'm going to put in here, so it's not going to be wasted. All right. Also, disclaimer that all the recipe that I'm going to use is not mine. I did find it on YouTube, as you can find anything you want to know on YouTube. And I forgot to bring one tool over here that I need. So hold on, let me go get that. A small funnel will help a lot. All right, so for the thinner, we're going to need 175 milliliters of water. So let's see, water 175 right here. Actually, it's 175, right? Yeah, 175. So we will take our distilled water. I should get you down here. You know what I should do maybe? Let's see. Hang on. Maybe that might work. Yeah, there you go. Back up a little bit. All right, and we're going to take our water, and we're going to pour 175 milliliters in here. That's just a little bit over. That's a little bit under. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but try and get as close as you can. This way the mix will work as good as you plan it to be. All right, so now that we have this part done, we're going to go ahead and take it and pour it into this guy. All right. And now, alcohol, 75 milliliters. I think I have enough in this one, otherwise I'll have to get up and get the other bottle. There you go. And the final ingredient is going to be this glycerin. I should point that down here. And like I said, this was I found that in Walmart, and it said 15 drops or so. I really don't count. I'll put in approximately that amount. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and before we dump it in there, well, we could just do it this way. All right, so now we got that and that. Now what you want to do is you want to shake that up really good, get it all mixed together. And just they should sell some caps here. I bet you they got caps for this right here. I'm squirting out all over the place. You know why? Because I'm squeezing the bottle. That's why. I'm getting wet. Help me, help me. I'm getting wet. All right, anyhow. Now we'll just take this, and because I don't want to waste any of it, I'll go ahead and pour it into the other bottle. It's good to have a paper towel or some sort of a towel here to help you out. Okay. This thinner will probably last me forever, because you don't need very much when you're mixing the paint. And I've been using the 50-cent Walmart acrylic paint, and I'll tell you what, to me, I'm not a professional, but it looks to me like it works really good. I mean, I painted my Sam Plumbing build with that, and to me it looked good. All right, so anyhow, we now have airbrush thinner. All right, now I will get back up to the other camera. No, I'll just stay down here. We'll go ahead and do the next part. All right, I'm just going to put this guy on the floor, and we're going to start over again. All right, so now for the cleaner, the Windex, we can use 100 milliliters. And here's the Windex, and I guess I'm still down there. Now, if you guys want to get the Windex, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Oops. But like I said, I'm trying to do this on a budget. I'm not cheap. I'm just trying to be frugal. And so now, for the Windex, we're going to need 100 milliliters. All right. I really shouldn't be doing this in front of my computer. All right, and 150 milliliters of the water. 150 side mark that will have to go in between here. And like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. I mean, it's just whatever. But to do something like this, I mean, I think I spent just on the chemical. I mean, not the chemicals, but the ingredients, like $6, $7. And you see how much this is making. It's making a lot. And I saw some of the thinners that you can buy. It's ridiculous, man. You gotta spend like 18 or 19 bucks for a pint when you can make it for like $5, and you've been making this forever. All right, so we got the Windex, we got the water. And now we need 10 drops of the glycerin. My camera cut off there for a minute. All right, anyhow, 10 drops. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake, shake, shake. Oops. I guess you got to put the cover on before you shake it. Oh, we didn't put the alcohol in there. It just has to top off with the alcohol. Did I write another one down maybe? You know what? I'm gonna have to go get the alcohol that I have over there. Hang on, guys. I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, we're going to put, I had to get up and get the extra bottle because I don't think this guy's going to be enough. But we're going to put 75 milliliters of alcohol in here. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I didn't even have to get up. Cool. All right. And grab the trash and take this guy. funnel. And then go ahead and shake this guy up. And I don't think I'll have enough room to put it near the bottle. Maybe. Yeah, they'll be pushing it. Alright, so I got 2 completed bottles of cleaner. Anyhow, next step is I will show you how I am going to mix up my paint. So stay tuned for that. Be right back. Alright guys, so now you've seen how I mix up the formulas to help me with my airbrushing. Now I will show you some of the mixing procedures I do for some of the other stuff. So let's get right back down to the other camera. Bam. Alright. Excuse me guys. Anyhow, I noticed when I was doing the sand plumbing, the painting on the sand plumbing, that it chips very easily. So I went out and bought this top coat, this Model Masters top coat, and to see if that helps. It's supposed to seal it and make it less prone to stuff like that. Anyhow, what I do is I actually sprayed it straight on out of here onto the paint. What I'm going to try and do is actually mix it into the paint and spray it on all at one time. So you can see I have a bottle marked flat and a bottle marked thinner. And we're going to mix up like a little gray or something like that. Anyhow, this formula here was 4 drops of this and 4 drops of that. They say to make it like a milky consistency. What's the consistency of milk? Is it different than water? Is it different than alcohol? I don't know. I'm not a chemist. But so we'll do the same thing. So I want to get this bottle a little bit more full. So we're going to mix another batch. If I can get the bottle open. There we go. Wow. That was pretty tough. This time I think I'm only going to do maybe 2. Depends on how high it gets in here. So we'll fill this all the way up. And dump them in there. Now because this is pretty water soluble stuff, guys, you can actually clean these pipettes out and you don't have to buy a lot of them. But like I said earlier, I bought 300 of these puppies. Alright, and this is going to be number 2. And I'm filling it right up to the bubble. And then squeeze it out, but always let it drain down because there's a lot more in. You can see the shadow inside of here. Alright, so. Alright, this guy should be back over there. Let's close him up so we don't spill it. I need to make one of those little bottle holders, or buy one from Micro Mark. Anyhow, we did 2 of the flat. We'll do 2 of the thinner, and again just fill it up to the bubble. Now, like I said, I don't know if putting it in, mixing it in with the paint is any different than putting it on after the paint is already done. I'm thinking it should be better because you're actually mixing the molecules of both together. Not that I'm a scientist, but I'm just thinking out loud here. All right, so we got the flat made up. We can put these guys away. And so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a little practice on here, guys. Again, this is just preempted. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these empty bottles that I bought. And we're not going to use this. We're going to use one of these caps just so we have the color mixed for later on. All right. And again, guys, these are all really cheap. I think on everything, if I spent $20 on everything, including the bottles, the big bottles, the whole 9 yards, that was a lot of money. All right, so now, one thing I did notice, and it's a very good idea, is to do your light color first, and then add dark color. So you could always make it darker, but you can't make it lighter. So with that being said, we're just going to mix up a little bit of this, and you know what? I need a thinner too, so don't run away. All right, so I don't have any specific formula. I just put what I think is good, and we'll go from there. So 1, 2, 3. Oops. Oh, don't. No, I got a whole new white one inside. Come on. And I know it looks like I did a lot in there. You're probably right, but all right. But yeah, there is quite a bit in there. So we're just going to add a little bit of black, kaboom, and we're going to go ahead and mix that up and see what that looks like. We're looking for a gray. I don't know, a lighter gray maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And that's looking good already. Dang. Mix the paint before I put the thinner in there. And then once the thinner's in there, I'll mix it even more, because right now it's like a paste. All right, so now we will go ahead and add some thinner. We'll probably put equal amount of thinner in there. See, that's why it's good to have it in these little containers, because then you could do whatever with it, you know. All right, there's 1. And there's 2. And there's 3. Let's see how it looks with the 3. All right, so if you guys look at that color, it came out to pretty nice light gray. But let's say I want it darker, so we'll add a couple more drops of the black, or blobs, I should say. And we'll just continue to mix it. And the consistency is pretty thin. It's, I guess, milk consistency. Like I said, I don't know what milk consistency is, but sure looks like, wow, just that little drop made a big difference on the color. And that's good. I want to see if I can even get it darker than this, because I might try and make this like a grimy black. I don't know what other color I have to put in there to get it like that. But anyhow, from the first time I showed you to the second time I showed you, it got pretty dark. Anyhow, with all of that being said, I'm going to cap these guys up. I will mark this one black and white, and how much I put in there. Like I said, it really doesn't make a difference as long as your consistency comes out good. Looks like there's a bunch of white on the side there. You should get one of those automatic paint shakers. All right, anyhow, next step is I am going to take you over to the little paint shop that I have sitting over there. And thanks to Dave BNS at N-Scale, I have a spray booth. And I told you guys I bought a compressor and I found my airbrush. So I am going to do my first attempt on weathering a boxcar. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I do that. Alright guys, we're going to attempt my third try on doing a weathering of a car, and what I'm going to use this time is this khaki color to do a light overhaul spray to dull the paint down, and then we might add a little bit of rust. This is a car that's been on my layout for quite a while. It really doesn't belong on my layout because it's too old, because it has a roof walk, but I thought it would be a good car for me to play around with. So the second try I did, I wasn't having as much control over my airbrush, and now I'm hoping that I do. It looks like I do. Anyhow, I'm just going to give this a light coat on everything. Maybe I should back out a little bit, like right there. And so what I'm going to do here is just get this going and just do I don't know if you guys can see, but it is actually putting a very, very light coat on there. And I will go ahead and do all the sides with this first. You can see that it's coming on there pretty good. And we'll do the top. The top is where you're going to see it the best. So as you can see, that would be first coat, and you can see that it pretty much dulled it down pretty good. So the next step is I'm going to add light down here in the bottom. It's the same color, but maybe just a little bit heavier to make it look like some dust pickup. And this is where I was having trouble with controlling my airbrush yesterday, so let's see if I can get this to work. That's a little bit better. Let's try this side. There you go. And a little bit more. And maybe on the ends. Now guys, I've never done weathering. So this is all brand new stuff for me. Alright, we'll let that go for a little bit. That's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and clean out the airbrush and get ready for a little bit of rust. So stay tuned and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so what I'm going to be using for my rust is a mixture of burnt sienna and white, and I just mixed that to the color that I thought would be okay for rust. And so we'll see how this is going to work out. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to hit the roof. And let's see if I can get a better shot in here for you guys. And I'm just going to give it the same thing, like give it a dusting first. You guys seeing this? Alright, there's a little bit of rust on there. I still need to get used to the trigger on this. I haven't used this airbrush in many, many years. We're gonna kind of try and get it on the beams, or the ribs. Let's see if we can get it on there. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I had to cut the camera off because the compressor kicked on, and that compressor is loud. Anyhow, I went ahead while I was building up. I went ahead and did a little bit on here. I still need to learn the control and what adjustments I need to make on this stuff. So it's going to be my third attempt, and I'm hoping that it all turns out to be okay. So let's see what's the best angle for me to do here. That's looking better. Do a little bit here on the end. And I think I'm going to let it go just like that. When this dries, it'll be a little bit lighter, so it won't show up as much. Got some on the roof. A couple of spots down here. I don't know. This is like, you know, once I get used to my trigger action on my airbrush again, I might be able to get a little bit better on the rusting and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I think that this looks pretty good, and I'm happy with it. It'll go back on my layout even though it doesn't belong. It's a boxcar, and so we'll call this good. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, and shares are always light. For now, that's all, folks. BNSS 6951 and Cousin Vinny out for now.